everybody, welcome back to Thoughts to Think About. I'm Efrain.
I'm Liz.
I'm Reid.
And we've got some thoughts for you to think about today.
Season
2, baby. We're getting it going. We're super excited. Reid's got his Dunkin' cup of coffee.
That has
We're not sponsored.
imploded.
So.
We are not sponsored, but we would love to be. Dunkin', hit us up. America runs on Dunkin'. So.
I did have some chocolate donut holes on the way over.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah, they're good.
That's like
Good
a
for you.
staple of like childhood for me.
Chocolate donut holes?
Yeah, maybe like the mythic, the thing that I always was seeking after, like the item that, I
Wakes
wanted
up
as
looking
a child.
for chocolate donut holes.
like regular donut holes are cool, but the chocolate ones,
chocolate
it was like a stuff of legends, you know what I mean?
I never even heard of those until I moved to Houston.
Huh. Well, it's
I
sad
feel
for
like
you.
they're not the superior to regular
Right. So
donut holes.
yeah, that's the reality.
They're kind of dry.
That's the reality. It's
Yeah.
like it's fine.
Right. It's just like,
But-
we got chocolate.
Oh, the chocolate though, it just sounded so much better.
I went to that Shipley's on I-10 over where I used to live, like Memorial area. And they had donut holes, but each donut hole had icing and sprinkles on top. So it was like miniature donuts. Very good.
Wow. There was a specific Shipley's that when you ask for a dozen donut holes, they would just shovel them into a bag
yeah.
and really stack it thick.
Yeah.
But now they literally count out 12.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because
yeah.
they would just
The economy.
shove their hand in the donut hole bucket and just shove it into the little donut bag, and it was
great.
awesome. As a kid, it was great, but even now, I'm like, oh, this is too much.
Too
I
much,
can't,
too much, yeah.
But yeah, they count it out now. It's sad.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, we spent an entire summer. I have not seen y'all since we stopped recording.
Not really.
That's not true at all.
We hate
Yeah.
each other off camera.
Yeah, the drama behind the scenes.
No,
is
definitely hate each other, but we've
palpable.
seen each other since we last recorded.
The reality
It has been a
is-
while. We haven't really we haven't sat down like this in a long time, so it's going to be kind of interesting. We've all got some stories I know that we want to tell. Liz specifically said that she had an experience in the off season this summer that she wanted to talk about.
I'm heated, but confused, and I need answers. So I experienced a glitch in the system. Okay,
The glitch in the Matrix.
a glitch in the Matrix. Do you know what I'm referring to?
I've seen The Matrix. Yeah.
Okay, something that there's no way.
Just the way you said that.
So there's no way that had didn't happen, or something there's that video of that girl she cut the lemon.
Oh
and-
yeah.
uh-huh,
She cuts the lemon on camera. It's like a security camera or something like that in her house. She cuts the lemon and then turns around and then comes back and the lemon is still whole. It's real weird.
Nah, she's a liar.
No, it's on camera.
yeah.
I don't know how they did it. Honestly, it was
edited.
pretty
If
weird.
it was if
it was
edited,
pretty
great.
weird. I had to be.
It's
Great
gotta be
acting, all
edited.
that stuff.
It was
Anyways,
really good.
so here's the story. Okay. So it was on a Sunday. It was after church. I was feeling real unhealthy. So I decided to go to Taco Bell
Tight.
after church.
Ty.
Got me a Dr. Pepper. And Taco Bell is notorious, the one over here, for overfilling the cups. And so whenever you drink, take a little sip, it just dribbles all over you. And so I had on this white and light blue button down shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and I take a sip and the Hoover Dam, it just I'm soaked with Dr. Pepper. My shirt is so wet.
You said you're in a white shirt?
A white
Oof.
and light blue shirt. Very
Wow.
important.
Wait,
Very
Hoover
important.
Dam is the way you describe a lot of liquid flowing out?
Well, there's a lot of water behind it, I
Yeah.
guess,
Right. But has the Hoover Dam
It's not
broken
what I
out?
would have said,
opened.
Reid, but let's move
It
past that,
opened.
okay?
Like-
Let's
like-
move past
I'm
it.
so distraught
Maybe
that
the
I'm not
levees
making
in
sense.
New Orleans.
Maybe the Niagara Falls.
I think that was too soon.
No.
That was too
Too
soon.
soon. It's
Almost
2005.
20 years later. Still too soon.
Sorry.
Still too soon.
God.
Apologies to everyone.
The Lincoln assassination just became funny.
yeah.
There we go.
just
That's a
opened
quote.
up.
Yeah, sorry.
It is. Chill out.
All right.
Anyways, so the important part of the story is I was my shirt was dripping. There was so much dark soda, right? Dr. Pepper is a dark soda. And my shirt is white and light blue. So I'm like fumbling for napkins, trying to like, get the liquid off. And it's to no avail. It's still very wet. I get home, I take the dog out, and I pull my shirt like out. So like to be dumb, like, come on, son, like dry it.
Uh-huh.
My shirt is not stained. My shirt is completely dry. It takes 3 minutes to get from the Taco Bell over here to my house. My shirt has
completely dry.
Completely dry. I run in, I look at my roommate and I go, is my shirt wet? She was like, no. I said, do you see a shadow of a stain? She goes, no. And I'm like, I tell her the whole story and she goes, Liz. I'm like, bro, it's a glitch. And she was like, let me feel it. And it was completely dry. Completely dry.
What
is your
completely
shirt
dry. Cotton.
She got one of those like dry fit shirts, like it's not just, or what is it?
Stain, like water resistant or something.
Yeah, what is that called?
It like rolls off.
Aquaphobic.
Yeah.
We're not aquaphobic here on this podcast. Sorry. But no, it's like
that one got me.
I got her. But that honestly, like, that doesn't make any sense. So you're sure you
Do you want me to go get the shirt?
No, I don't want you to do that. But you're sure you spilled soda on it. Like you're certain you spilled soda.
Positive. And because I had the wet napkin still in my pocket where I was trying to dry it, and
the napkin was still wet.
Yeah,
you're lying. No way.
No, I promise.
No.
I promise that I'm like shaking the napkin at her, and she's like, I don't know what to do.
Maybe you didn't spill as much as you thought you spilled.
Reid.
Maybe you had an overshirt and you threw it out the window.
Did you look at your shirt?
I did.
In with like covered in.
Yeah, there's a light that like one of the main lights before I get into my neighborhood. I remember sitting in my car and pulling out my shirt. I was like, God, I just washed this shirt. I was gonna try to go another wear without having to wash it, and now I have to wash it again. But no, because apparently...
So it was clean already. Did you wash? Did you wear it again?
I sure did.
Without washing it?
No. And I legit was like, is the soda still going to be there now? And it wasn't.
Did it smell like Dr. Pepper?
No, it didn't. I did smell it.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
So like it was dry. You smelled it. Didn't even smell like anything?
No.
Yo.
I think that God might have gaslit you.
For what purpose could that have possibly
What's the reason?
He wanted to get a shout out on the podcast.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
I know the plans I have for you.
So no, it like legitimately, it irks me. It like freaks me out. Not like freaks me out, but like I need to know what the heck happened because I wore that. This was like a month ago. I wore that shirt this past Sunday at church. And the whole time I was like, I need to know. I like in my mind, I was going to look down and like my shirt was going to be soda stained. Like I'm going to click right back.
Comes out of nowhere.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no explanations.
Dang. So you experienced a glitch in the Matrix. Reid, have you ever experienced a phenomena such as
like
that?
A glitch in the Matrix?
Yeah.
I feel like I have. I just don't remember what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things. I like that lemon story. That one's kind of cool because it's on camera. That story is really crazy because, I mean, like your shirt had, like you should have seen the evidence. I was
shaking the wet napkin.
Yeah, right. And you had the evidence of it. I mean, maybe you just lost your mind in a moment. You're just like,
possibly.
You cleaned it up and then you just thought it was your shirt. And were you stressed?
And your roommate,
stress going on?
Your roommate was like, it was obviously wet, but she was telling you it was dry.
Oh, maybe she was just lying to you.
Oh my gosh, is everyone in my life out to get me?
Everybody's gaslighting
Is this the realization? Is this even real right now?
Here we go. Right back to it.
Truman Show. Right. So that's the question. Is this reality or not?
No.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't think I've had an experience like that before in any like real way. But I mean, you see crazy stuff all the time where it's like, I thought I saw a person walking there, in the street or whatever, or like, I thought that car was blue, you know, that kind of
Yeah.
little stuff like that. But I don't know. I can't think of anything like really major. There's it kind of brings back the thought of what do you call it? When you Berenstain Bears.
Mandela effect.
Mandela effect. There you go. Yeah. It's kind of one of those, right, where it's like reality is just tripping out.
Yeah. I don't like
just
it.
Weird tripping out.
I don't like it. I don't like any of it.
It's pretty cool. So let us know if you have if you've got
support group that I can join.
Right? Something like that. If you've experienced a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah, please.
You may be
eligible
for compensation.
Right. I have a story.
Okay.
About dental work from this summer. So
here's what happened to me this summer.
Well, way before this summer, like a long time ago, I started going to the dentist that Aubrey goes to because, you know, we got married and I was like, I need to go to a dentist. So I'm just going to go to Aubrey's dentist. So I went to her dentist for a little while, had some cavities filled, you know, whatever. I ate a lot of candy. So lots of cavities coming up.
It's true.
My hygiene is great.
Just a lot of candy. It's just a lot.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, doesn't matter.
That's an exaggeration.
So I'm going to this dentist, and then suddenly we get this letter in the mail, and it's like pretty sudden. It's like, oh, Dr. So-and-so is retiring. It was like quick, like they never mentioned it. Like I had been to their office like 2 weeks before. They didn't say anything about it, and suddenly she's retiring. And they said, well, you can continue going to the dentist with or seeing her husband or her son, who both practice in the same building, right? Well, then, like, I didn't need to go to the dentist for a while, but then like 6 weeks later, 2-3 months later, we get another letter in the mail that's like, so-and-so, it's like her husband had been like kicked out of the practice from her brother. It was like, he's no longer part of our practice. And then we get another letter that's like, the old dentist that we used to see and her husband had started a new practice. And so it was like all this weird stuff's going on. And I'm like, I'm just not going to go to these dentists anymore.
I need the whole story.
Right.
I need the drama.
A lot of dentist drama going on.
God, dental drama.
So I stopped going to that dentist and I started having some pain somewhere. It's over here. Yeah, bottom left. It's not important. I started having some pain. I was like, I need to go to a dentist. I don't know. A dentist. I was like, I'm just going to go to whatever dentist is closest. There's a dentist really close to where I live. It's like across the street from our neighborhood. Pretty sketch. I was like,
neighborhood's not sketch.
The neighborhood's not sketch.
There is not that sketch, but
the dentist was.
Office.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go to this dentist. How bad can it be? Right.
So you're talking about the one between like the business,
it's
between office buildings. Okay.
It's like between an office, like an old office building and a storage facility.
Right. Yeah. So it used to be a Pizza Inn at a certain point.
Yes.
Yeah. So
it's just wedged between some big old buildings, kind of hiding in there.
It's kind of random, but
so I'm like, I'm just going to go to whatever dentist is close. And so I look it up and it's called really basic name.
Sounds good.
Beep. Don't don't at them. But so I looked them up. They don't have a website, so you have to call to make an appointment.
Oh,
cool.
Red flag number one.
Look them up.
Yeah, at first I was like, okay, weird. So I call and I make an appointment. Before I ever go in, the day before my appointment, I get a phone call. I don't answer because I don't recognize the phone number. And I get a voicemail from one of the ladies who works there, and it just goes, hi, just calling to confirm your appointment at the dentist for 8 a.m. and then hung up. And I was like, okay, wait a second. Who's calling? Who is this?
You didn't get confirmation?
Who are you trying to confirm an appointment for?
Right.
What dentist?
They know your number.
Right? Like it was just like calling to confirm an appointment for the dentist tomorrow. That's it. It's like that's the most. Yeah, that's the most basic. And so every time they've called to confirm an appointment, every time they say the exact same thing.
Back?
Why are you going back?
So I went. So my first appointment, I go in and I sit down in the lobby, and the lobby is like, it's not dingy or dirty or anything. It's like kind of normal. But I go and I sign in and I sit down, and the lobby is like really long and narrow. Like it's like horizontally, like goes all the way across the front of the building, but it's only like 4 feet deep. And so it's like
okay.
there's like only enough room for like one person to sit along the wall.
That's super awkward.
And on each of
Hallway?
like the front hallway, basically. Yeah.
That's weird.
But on the 2 opposite walls are like hookups for TVs. There's like wire sticking out of the wall, but there's no TVs. But there's a piece of paper on each side of the wall that says TV.
Oh my god!
So it says TV on the walls. I'm like, whatever. I don't need to watch TV before my appointment at 8 a.m. There's nothing good on.
Dude, that's
so they call me in. They bring me back to a room, and I sit down in this chair. And in the chair that I'm sitting in, the armrests have like visible fingernail marks. And I'm like, oh no.
Yo.
I'm like, oh no. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, should I bail right now? Should I get out of here? And I was like, I'm just gonna tough it out, right? It's just an appointment to see, how things are going. So he looks at my tooth, and I have a cavity. I have a cavity that's not too deep, so he fills it, fixes it up. We're all good. I have to come back later, which is where the story gets even crazier.
Oh no.
Because I have a different cavity. This cavity is too deep, and I have to have a root canal.
Nice.
And these dentists are like, they're doing their job fine. They're not doing a bad job. So the dentist I had been seeing, he doesn't do the root canal. So I have to go to see his partner, who's like in the same building, of course. And so I show up the first time, and he's like, okay, so for your root canal, we're going to have to go through 4 different appointments to get this root canal taken care of.
What?
And I don't know if this is normal or not. And so like, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. We'll do it your way.
Seems like a long time.
Yeah. So they didn't charge me extra. Like I talked to the front lady, and
They
she
just took their time.
I don't know. I think it had. So
I gotta watch a wiki how first. Hold on.
So
I got a YouTube video I got to pull up.
Yeah. So he comes in and he cleans it out. Like he does all the shaving and the drilling.
Sure,
and,
right? Okay.
And then he fills it up, right? And then I come back, and he takes an impression so that they can make a cap, right? And then he shaves it down again, cleans it more, and then fills it back up. I come back the third time. He shaves it down, cleans it up, then he fills it up, puts the temporary cap on. Okay, so I've got this temporary cap. And
Like
by the way,
silver cap, like them silver cap kids.
no, I have silver caps.
He
That's
does
very
have silver
rude.
caps.
I have 2 silver
He is a
caps
silver
from
cap
when
kid.
I was a kid. So no,
He
this
is a
one
silver
was
cap
this
kid.
one was like
Sorry.
tooth colored, so you couldn't tell. It was like
It's tooth colored.
So what?
What is the tooth color?
like
though?
pearly.
Like pearly. Okay.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Oh my god.
Anyway, by the way, every time I've been in the dentist's office and like I'm sitting in the chair and they finish, I'm just sitting there, and he's not like, okay, you're all done, you can go check out. He never says like, there's never like a closing statement where he's like, you can leave. I'm just sitting there, and he's just working on his computer, and then like dental assistant is just sitting behind me, and she's not doing anything.
Just sitting there?
She's just sitting there, and I'm just sitting there. So after like a couple minutes, like seriously, like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, I sit up and I turn, and I'm like, can I check out? And the assistant's like, oh yeah, you can go now. but that was the first time. And then every time after that, they'll just finish up, and I'm sitting there like trying to figure out, okay,
How long
do
is
I
too long?
leave?
Uh-huh.
And so I'll just like get up and go. So like he's doing the root canal and stuff, and so he's filled up my tooth, and I'm like, are there any special instructions? Am I not supposed to eat anything? Am I supposed to stay away from hot or cold foods? He's like, oh yeah, just wait like 30 minutes before you eat anything. That's all he says. He doesn't say, and you can go ahead and check out. It's like, just wait 30 minutes. All right, see you later.
Here? Do you need me to wait here?
Right? Like, I don't know what you want from me. So literally every time, no one's like, okay, now you can go over and check out. It's like, he's like, that's it. Yeah, that's it. He's just done.
What?
And so
That's funny.
So
man.
I'm like, I'm at the third visit for my root canal. I get the temporary crown, cap, whatever you want to call it. I go on this trip with my family. On the way back, and I asked, is there anything I'm not supposed to do? right? Is there anything I'm not supposed to eat? Anything I'm not supposed to do? He's like, no, just wait 30 minutes. So it's obviously been 30 minutes since then. It's been like several days, like a week. And I'm driving home from this trip. I'm eating some Mike and Ike's.
Mike and Ike's, bro. After a root canal. Oh my gosh.
What?
Bro. Just slow down with the candy, man.
Self-control.
It's fine. I hadn't eaten very much candy that
Well,
week.
if it was fine, we wouldn't have a story read. So, God.
Continue.
So I'm eating some Mike and Ike's. And as I'm eating the Mike and Ike's, I bite down on a Mike and Ike, and then I feel like a pop. And like I kind of bite down a little bit and I feel something crunchy. And so I'm like, uh-oh. I pull it out and my temporary crown is attached to the Mike and Ike. Just like detached. So now I can feel like a little hole in that tooth. And like not just a little hole. It's like when they do a root canal, it's like they clean out like the whole tooth.
Right. To the
So
root.
like my tooth is basically open, like exposed.
Right now?
No, not right now.
Oh, okay. I thought you left
No.
I was like, dude, what?
So this is on a Sunday. So I call them first thing Monday morning, and I'm like, hey, my temporary cap fell off.
I don't know how.
Right.
It came off.
Right. But they're like,
So weird.
they're like molding. So weird. It fell off. So I was sleeping.
I was just sitting there and then
It's flossing.
Yeah. So.
I was flossing my teeth and
So they were like supposed to be getting my permanent crown made, and so they're like, okay, well, let me check, see if we have time for you to come in. And so they check, and they're like, oh, we actually got your crown already. It's in. So, I go like to get it replaced like 4 days earlier, right? So I go in, and I'm getting it done, getting my regular crown, my permanent crown put in. But he shoots me with some anesthetic.
oh jeez.
And I'm like, okay, feels numb, but then he starts working. And every time I go in, he's like working on the roots, and I could feel him like taking a needle and like shoving them down into the root of my tooth and like pulling out. I'm telling you, at one point, I swear I felt him grab the entire root because your tooth has 4 roots down in there. I felt him reach down, grab the entire root and just pluck it, like all just like came like grinding out.
Ugh.
Terrible, felt horrible. So I know where the fingernail things came from. I left some of my own. But like, so
Dude.
the last time he put the anesthesia in and it like wasn't working. And I was like, hey, it's not working. He was like, oh, okay, here, he just shot me again and got right back to work like immediately. I was like, okay, here we go.
Jeez.
So yeah, root canal is not fun. I don't totally recommend this dentist. They got the job done. And they were kind enough, but it was just kind of weird.
Right.
So, he's like grinding. There was one point where he's grinding with like what, I don't know what it is, but it was like a high torque, low speed, like grinder, So he's like in there and I felt like he was turning my whole head. Like it was just like, and like, it just felt like it was like catching and
You
like
just have power tools, like
basically,
freaking
man. Yeah,
going to
just
town
like
on your teeth.
cobalt.
It's like
Yeah. So last part of the story, I got everything replaced. I'm all good. Haven't been back for like 2 weeks.
his tooth
No, it's
sponsored by DeWalt.
It's been longer than 2 weeks. I don't know. I haven't been back for a long time. I get a letter in the
What is
mail.
it? Ryobi?
Right. Yeah.
I get a letter in the mail from my insurance provider that says, hey, this dentist that you've been seeing is no longer in our network.
Yeah.
Like they were before,
And now they're not.
and they are not now. They were
Wonder
removed from the network.
why.
Big rip.
So I don't know what happened. More dentist drama. Apparently, dentist office are rife with drama.
Rife with drama.
I don't know what was going on. I also bought an aqua flosser
Oh,
So that I
right.
could floss my teeth.
Was that after
after
your
the root
dental
canal.
experience?
Yeah, because what happened was the cavity was like between the teeth because I don't floss enough, and so
Who does floss enough? Does
Nobody.
anyone really floss?
not even dentist.
I have a dentist friend, so don't listen to this podcast. But nobody really flosses,
Nobody.
right? I mean, I'll do it when I remember, but it's like super rare that I remember.
This
Yeah.
aqua flosser is cool though because it's like
That sounds kind of cool.
It's basically a water
I've never
gun.
done that, yeah.
that you shove in your mouth and it shoots water between your teeth.
So, like, does it hurt?
The aqua flosser?
I mean, like it's like forcing water between your teeth, right? So
right.
like,
So you have to be careful. When I first started using it,
shoot your face.
I would forget to turn it off before I pulled it out of my mouth. And so it would just be shooting me in the cheek and like in the eye. And I'm just like, oh God, what am I doing?
so
And also,
black eye.
It's got a learning curve
if
there.
you're not careful, you'll accidentally shoot like the back of your
Yeah.
throat. Like,
Yeah,
what
that's
is-
the first thing I thought.
What is that called? Your uvula.
uvula.
You'll just accidentally shoot your uvula, just like
You're just gagging.
yeah. It does, and it doesn't feel good because that's a very sensitive area.
Well, I was flossing my teeth and then I threw up. So
Other than that, I don't know if it's just because I have sensitive teeth and sensitive gums, but like it hurts, but more like in like you know how if you drink cold water that's too cold, you know
Right.
that's
Okay,
that
okay,
kind of
okay.
feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm flossing,
Hate
it's probably
that
just
feeling.
like a sensitive
Yeah.
gum thing. Yeah.
but mine has like full power,
Oh.
soft, and then pulse. So it's pretty cool.
Is it also a Ryobi device?
I don't think so. I have used it as a water gun. I've shot my wife with it before.
Okay.
Oh my god,
So good
Yeah.
multi-use.
So I recommend an aqua flosser.
that story stressed me out.
I'd probably get an aqua flosser. Yeah,
I like wasn't breathing towards the end where he was talking about the roots. Like I couldn't.
No,
I
seriously,
couldn't
like
handle it.
I could feel like because I forgot to tell
Oh,
you guys
we're
about
back.
that. But
We're
every
right back.
time it was like like he's in there and like stabbing the roots to kill them and pull them out because he's like that's what a root canal is. It's like your roots have become exposed, which are like the nerves in your teeth. They become exposed because of the cavity, and so,
so you
there's
said there are four
there are
roots
four in your teeth in
Or
each
like
tooth.
Every tooth or just the
Like the
molars?
ones in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a dentist, but
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so they go down into your gum, and they've got nerves, but when they get exposed to the air, they're sensitive.
Mhm.
And so they have to go in and deaden them, kill them, and like pull them out, I think. But
So
like
you could feel that. Is
I
what
could
you're saying.
feel him like stabbing
Jeez.
them. And so like mostly I couldn't feel the pain. It was just like the pressure.
Oh,
but,
okay,
But
okay.
there were times like some parts of it was not numb for sure. And I could definitely feel the pain.
So what you're saying is it wasn't numb, but it didn't hurt.
Not all of it was numb. Some of it was numb.
Okay.
But
And it did
definitely,
hurt.
it definitely hurt at times.
Dang, dude. See, I don't fear the dentist. Like some people, are you scared of the dentist? Is that like a
Yeah,
fear thing?
straight up.
For
So this
sure.
whole story, I'm like,
I wish he would have put me under, honestly.
oh,
But
knock me out.
at the
That
sketchy
sounds so
dentist,
bad.
though,
Knock me out.
Good point. He went under that Pizza Inn, never come back up.
came out
Dang,
with some
dude.
stitches on my sides.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm not like scared of the dentist, but I mean, I don't want that. Like, I don't enjoy
Yeah.
the
I don't think
pain in
anybody
your-
wants
in
to
your
go to the dentist
teeth,
and get a
in your
root
mouth.
canal.
Like it's just, there's just something so vulnerable about it.
Oh, for sure.
Like you're just laying there.
But it's so true.
They got power
It's so
tools in your
In your mouth. I always think, what if he like slips? Oh, one more thing
Right.
that really
God.
ticked me
true.
off
The
at the
story
dentist.
doesn't ever end.
It's the dental. So
this is a trigger warning for
I've
this
been-
episode. We need a trigger warning.
I've been to this dentist for like 6 different appointments, right? Basically, every single time I had the same dental assistant or same one of two. But I think they train their dental assistants when, they have like the vacuum where it's like you're like absorbing
Oh,
your
yeah.
spit, like
yeah,
your extra
yeah,
spit.
yeah. So gross.
Right. Well, occasionally
They're
she
just
would like
hanging out, like collecting spit.
Right,
back there.
right, exactly.
So
Occasionally
weird.
she would like go in and get it from
Right,
different
right.
crevices in my mouth.
That's how it goes.
But occasionally it's like you've got a lot, and so they just like tell you to close your mouth
Yeah.
around the vacuum, right?
Yeah.
And so
that's the most stupid feeling ever.
Right,
Like,
right.
Your lips instantly go.
except
so stupid.
she would say, "All right, go ahead and close your mouth," and I would try to close my mouth, but she would be holding it like just out of reach of my mouth.
No, you're lying.
Yes.
No.
Every time. Every single time. I'm not kidding. I complained to my wife about this on multiple occasions. Every single time she would be holding it just out of reach and she'd go, "All right, close your mouth." And I would try and it would be out of reach. So I would have to lean forward. I would have to lean forward to close my mouth. I was like, "Can you help me out a little bit? Like, please?"
Meet me somewhere, please.
90-10 or something, right?
Oh my gosh.
It was ridiculous. So
You're the dentist here.
It's like when you're you're like looking at the movie and trying to drink from your straw, and you're like, oh. That's exactly what I
exactly.
Jeez.
I was like,
oh my God.
Reid gave us a good visual if you're not watching the video portion.
You
but
have to, man.
Dude, oh my gosh.
yeah, so I'm in the market for a new dentist. If you know one that lives close or works close to where I live.
Yeah, I have a friend that is a dentist, but they live a little ways. So, yeah.
I'm not looking to travel for my dentistry.
Sorry about that. You want like an at-home dentist?
Yeah. I mean, I did suffer through
house.
probably my worst dental experience of my life just because they were across the street.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like your decision, you know? You
that's on you, man.
I've survived. I got the work done.
Here's the deal. It is 2022. If they don't have a website, red flag, move on.
Honestly,
not that hard.
That's probably, that should have
You know,
been
my thought was
they
they haven't been there for like a long time, maybe a couple of years. You know, they're not super established. I thought, you know, they're local, support some local business, help them out. They don't have a website. Maybe they just don't know what they're doing. I also think,
oh no,
oh God,
so
your jaw is just gonna come off and
oh shoot.
I think that on like lots of Sunday mornings, I'll be driving to church, and I'll be driving like the main exit of our neighborhood drives. You're looking straight at that dentist office when you're going down the street.
Right.
Some like a lot of Sunday mornings I've seen. I'm 90% sure one of the dentists, and I'm assuming his wife who works the front desk, mowing the lawn of their office.
No way.
Yeah.
Man, they're hard workers.
Yeah. They're putting in work.
Dude.
And I'm like, gotta support local business, you know? They don't have they
That's
just don't know how to make a website.
I mean,
make a website.
Maybe we could like reach out to him and see if we can make a website for him. You know, like
That's not really my forte.
Yeah.
So I could leave a review.
You could leave a review.
You
Tell the full story.
Just a link to this episode.
If you'd like to learn more,
free marketing
check
right
out this,
there.
this
Right.
podcast episode,
Wow.
season 2, episode 1.
So all in all, got my first root canal. I'm fine.
You survived
I need a new dentist.
narrowly.
So
Yeah. Dang.
God.
Well, that's what Reid did this summer.
Stress. What'd you do this summer?
Yeah,
my
this
friend?
summer for me, we got to share a whole bunch of big news with a whole lot of people. And so I'll share it with the podcast. My wife and I are expecting twin boys.
So many babies.
Identical twin boys. So we're really excited, but that's been a lot of fun to talk about and like share with people, just, you know, because we knew it was going to be twins maybe like 2 months ago already now, like 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. So we knew, and we just announced it with kind of a gender reveal, like at the same time we talked about twins, talked about the boys. And and so like we had been holding on to this secret for so long, and it was starting to drive us a little crazy. Like, and it wasn't one of those things where it's like it's hard to keep the secret, because it kind of was, but at the same time it wasn't. We would just talk about the baby, you know, that was kind of easy. And Meredith, the entire time, my wife, described it as like they or them, because, you know, we didn't know the gender at the time.
Right.
So
that's for them to decide.
That's for them to, you know, us to find out. And so we didn't know. And so she referred to him as like them, you know, because she didn't want to call it an it. Right.
Right.
She didn't want to call them an it.
Yeah.
And so she said that felt rude, which is fair. But now they are a them because there's 2 of them. And so we found out they were twins. And so, but yeah, people would try to catch on like, oh, you said they, like, are there twins? And at first it was like, no, that's just what we say. And then like literally the next week it was like, no, it's just, we don't know. And so, but yeah, that's been really fun to get to talk about. A lot of, you just think a whole lot about like the rest of your life when you start when you start expecting kids.
Yep.
So like, it's crazy because I'm thinking in like 20 years situation right now. Like that's where my brain is at. You know what I mean? Like, because Meredith said something like when we kind of first got, you know, found out we were pregnant or whatever, that we had 18 more summers with our child. 18 more summers. right? And like,
Ooh.
which is a lot of summers. Like,
It's just a weird way to
Also,
think
that's
about
not very much.
but it's like not at all,
Yeah.
very much at all, right? And so like, I'm 27, so I've had
Right.
27 summers, right, in my life, and I remember maybe 15 of them. I don't remember all the summers. College, it got crazy. I'm kidding.
Stop.
But yeah, it's just that's kind of like you're forced to think that way, and it's intense.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't think that way. And I think that's where like a lot of bad things happen because it's just you're not thinking about how important it is. But
Right. Wasting time.
yeah, you just don't have a lot of time. And so it's just one of those things that like, I guess like, when you discover that your parents were right for the first time, like in your life, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like typically that happens like, out of
Wait,
high
y'all
school
had
or
that?
something. Wait, what? My parents were wrong about everything. And that's okay too. Some parents are, but it's just like one of those moments is like, oh shoot, like, man, life hits. So I don't know if you're getting older, but time just keeps going. It
think
just doesn't.
We're gonna
get
have to-
slower.
Scientifically, we're all getting older.
Scientifically, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're getting older, yeah.
We're gonna have to have a segment called Dad Thoughts.
Dad thoughts.
For Miller.
Quick dad thoughts. There
Quick
we go.
dad thoughts.
Quick Dad Thoughts.
I gotta practice my dad jokes too, or maybe I don't. You can let me know.
Do you have one for us today?
Oh, I
Just
don't.
off the top of the dome.
I don't have one
Should've.
off the dome. I should have. You're right. I should have, but I don't. Sorry.
So, what made y'all wait so long to share the news of like twin
The
boys?
twins.
Mhm.
So, so my wife and I went through IVF. Is how we were able to conceive a child, and so two childs actually, children.
A child.
Yeah, two children. My first and my second, and in which order I don't know. They can flip still. They can switch places. Who knows? Jacob and Esau coming out. You never know. That's not their names, but I'm just saying.
Jeez. That would be so bad.
Yeah, it would be bad.
How do you choose which child you love and which one you don't?
Right. This one gets my inheritance. And that's what I told Meredith or told somebody. I was like, I don't have anything to give them, so it
I
shouldn't
got
be a
some
problem.
Guitars.
Well, maybe
some
18,
phones.
I've got to
18
like,
summers from now, you might.
yeah, right, exactly. Slow down again. No. Hey, man, getting too real. No, yeah, we went through that process, and so a lot of the so we were having ultrasounds like pretty much weekly for a long time, and there's a lot involved with that process, and so if you want to learn more about it, talk to me about it, and so it's there was just a lot of things that we were doing. And so we were like, we're just going to hold on to that, just for a little bit, just to, and, we were like, we figured that we could do the gender reveal, at a decent time. And then, we'll throw that on there and that'll be cool, and basically life just got busy with all my people, all my family and just everybody else. Busy summer, it happens. And so it just kind of kept getting postponed and postponed. And so we knew for a really long time, like a lot of stuff. So with IVF, you have a lot of ultrasounds really, really early. And so we knew
Gotcha.
within, the first couple of weeks of, knowing we were with children. And so, so it's split, that egg split into two, just like that.
Made that sound.
Made that sound and everything. It's pretty cool.
Dang.
It's pretty neat how it works that way. So we're thanking God for the blessings, the many blessings, and we're thanking science
A double portion.
for being the way. Yeah, a double portion. So
We all had
Congratulations.
vastly different summers.
real different summers. Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's pretty funny.
yeah. You got hit with reality.
Or did I?
Maybe we all dealt with reality. The reality of the Matrix. The reality of
Dental healthcare.
dental healthcare. And the reality of existence.
Wow. This just got really deep.
Wow.
And on that note,
I hope you enjoyed episode 1 of season 2 of Thoughts to Think About. We'll be back here next week to have some more thoughts for you to think about.
There's a cat. I saw a cat.
Good job, Reid. Proud of you.
First time.
There it is.
Season 2.